What's happening, YouTube? I'm back. Hey, man. Excuse me if I got a little cough. I am sick right now, so that show y'all how dedicated I am to giving y'all videos. But we got When a Stranger is Smarter Than Police, and I seen the baby on the title, so it's a kind of old video, but let's get into it, bro.
I know if y'all had proof of me robbing somebody, we wouldn't even be talking. Y'all would have cuffed me. I would be charged. That's what I know, bro.
That's what I know, bro.
2020, the baby, aka Jonathan Kirk, was supposed to be playing a show at a nightclub in Miami. But when the owner paid him only $20 out of the $30,000 he owed him,
oh yeah, that's a fade. That's a fade. You telling me I'm off 10 bands? 10 bands, brother? Like 20 bands is still a lot of money. But if I'm supposed to be getting paid 30 bands and I don't get my full 30, oh yeah, it's a problem.
Things got out of hand fast. The victim alleged that Kirk punched him in the face multiple times before he was attacked by more of Kirk's crew. He was beaten up and knocked to the ground before being robbed for his phone, his credit card.
He took an iPhone 7.
The only footage of the event was this piece of obscured CCTV footage. Kirk fled the scene in a black SUV before returning to the hotel a few hours later, only to be met by both of the victims and a team of police waiting to arrest him.
Dang, did they call the police on him?
Police station and told he was
Cause how they pulled up to where he was at?
We just gotta do our investigation and that's it.
But as it would turn out, the investigation wouldn't be that simple. And unfortunately for the cops, Kirk spent his hour in the interrogation room displaying exactly what to do in this situation and making the cops' lives as difficult as it could.
He got that ham sandwich on the table. I wonder if they know who he is.
Immediately, it's obvious that this isn't going to be an easy one for the detectives. Kirk starts off by refusing to answer any of the officer's questions, even just regarding his own name. He's already been read his Miranda rights, informing him that he has the right to remain silent, so it seems as though he's choosing to do just that.
But really is using the right to remain silent.
He's choosing to waive his right to a lawyer, and let's be honest here, it's not because he can't afford it. The best course of action if you're ever put in this scenario is to stay silent and ask for a lawyer. But this time, Kirk is confident that he'll be able to wriggle out of this himself.
I'm sorry, we got 1 and 2. We got 2 meatballs. Like a mug. We got 2 meatballs interrogating the baby.
As long as he chooses his words carefully.
An incident occurred at the hotel, 1500 Southwest First Avenue. Then
Yo, he is not budging, bro. He really not trying to answer none of their questions.
an incident, you had an altercation with somebody?
No.
You did?
No.
You just dealing with somebody?
No.
You did? So somebody didn't bring you $20,000 in front of the hotel in your SUV?
No. Somebody bring $20,000 that wasn't there and lied to them and told them it was for an event of theirs on the 31st. And lied to them. That person, once he realized they was doing bad business, said nah and left for his $20,000.
Bro.
And got my contact information to do business the right way. That's what happened.
Around what time?
Cap.
I don't know. Whatever time the camera showed me.
That's smart, though.
Kirk is claiming that he had nothing to do with anything that happened outside. His story is somewhat unclear, but he's essentially saying that his manager was talking with an event promoter about playing at a nightclub called Cafe Iguana Pines. But it turns out the
That Trey Songz, bro.
was stolen and the promoter was
Bro. Not just they was off 10 bands, but they gave him stolen money, bro. Oh yeah, hey, bro deserved to get punched in the face, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Instead of taking it and going through with it anyway, he told them to get their act together and left without an argument. This, of course, does not explain the altercation outside that was clearly caught on camera, but with the footage unclear and no witnesses nearby to identify the assailants, as long as Kirk sticks to his story, theoretically, things should be perfectly fine.
Common sense.
I mean, shoot, he's sticking to his story.
A promoter booked me at that hotel. I didn't pay to be at the hotel. I was paid for. You let me go in my room, you would have saw close to $250 million cash.
Big flex.
So let me ask you this.
I would go outside here right now and throw $10,000 in the air. Like, I'm not kidding.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Relax.
Don't.
Was there an argument?
No, it was an argument. I didn't argue with a soul. Voice was never raised. It was never aggressive language from me. None of that.
Was there a fight?
None of that. No, I ain't seen no fight. And nothing was taken. We shouldn't be in no robbery. So when y'all get done doing what y'all doing, y'all need to do y'all job. Y'all need to follow y'all process. Y'all need to arrest whoever gave y'all these false allegations, bro. This is bullshit.
While it may just look like Kirk is flexing his rapper money here, this is actually a very good point for him to bring up in this situation. If he's doing random $30,000 deals on a weekday and paying for hundreds of thousands of people per month, what does he need $80 and an iPhone for?
It's the principle. It's respect.
Figuratively, the better. From Kirk's point of view, he was nowhere near that crime. He had no reason to commit that crime, and he has sound and reasonable explanation for his whereabouts at the time. However, from the detective's side, a crime was committed, and Kirk's vehicle was right there as it happened. So they need to try and extract the information needed to piece his day together to come up with a story that Kirk cannot argue with. That forces him into a confession.
When I encountered you in the hotel, you came back to the concierge account.
Yeah.
Where were you coming from at that time?
Prime, whatever the hell. I went to eat. I went to get some food.
Where is that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
How'd you get there?
In the car.
What kind of question is that?
Somebody else go? A Uber?
Yeah.
What kind of car was it? Small car, SUV, truck? What?
They trying to get that SUV inside of them. That black SUV.
Talk about what y'all need to get me about this stuff. When I'm driving in the car, when I went to go eat, what time I went, that don't have nothing to do with the fact I ain't robbed a damn soul. Me, nobody around me, ain't nobody robbing nobody.
Let's take the word robbery out.
So why we here? We take the word out, robbing out the picture.
Nah, no cap. If y'all saying take... Whew, man. Forget what I was finna say.
The second word he said when he came in, robbery. Come on, bro. He told me, he asked a question to me about a robbery when I walked in my hotel. Robbery? I had every answer to the question you needed right there. Whoa, that ain't it. That's false. I throw that out the window. We talking about robbery, bro. It's nothing for me to talk about. I didn't rob.
So do you think that we just woke up this morning and decided to just...
I think y'all got a phone call from somebody that's already a liar. I know that. That phone call from somebody that's a liar and y'all bought it.
No cap. This the clearest interrogation film I've seen in a minute.
Brought me outside the hotel and handcuffs, cameras and shit all on me. Come on, bro. This shit is bad for what I got going on.
Talk to him a bit, bro.
Even without a lawyer present, Kirk knows exactly what to do. He currently has the upper hand in this interrogation and needs to keep it that way.
He low-key doing good.
For anything that puts Kirk at the scene of the crime, but by redirecting the conversation away from that, back to what he thinks is actually important, there's no realistic way that they'll be able to get what they need. But even though he's winning, it's still worth noting how strange it is that he's not asking for a lawyer. Kirk obviously knows exactly what to do in an interrogation and has clearly spent time learning what to do. If that's true...
And you know, I'm sorry to keep pausing it. No, I'm not sorry, because you clicked on this video to watch, Ken folks. So, yeah, you gonna listen to me talk. Bro, I had somebody comment usual suspects. And as much as I want to hate on that and be like, alright, bro, get that weird crap off my video. Stop commenting that. He low-key got a point. It is the usual suspects, like always. And we need to change that, bro. Seriously.
He should also know that there's next to no scenarios where lawyering up will harm his case. But whether it's an ego thing or just a lapse in his thinking, Kirk is definitely still winning this interrogation. But he's about to start absolutely
1v2 1v2.
Criminals. When I do business, it's legally binding. It's legally binding. Everything I do, you have to sign a contract. You got to sign a contract. It's a contract right now.
Well, incident happened and nothing went wrong. Nothing happened. There's no.
Not too much.
Bro, get off your phone, dude. Y'all getting cooked right now. You need to help your partner.
Nobody. I ain't like nobody. But y'all know it's too much. Y'all know too many lies. You get what I'm saying? That's why y'all gotta move backwards like that, bro. Like,
You're saying that lies, but you don't know what we have, don't you?
okay. I know if y'all had
Proof from me.
robbing somebody, we wouldn't even be talking. Y'all would have cuffed me. I would be charged.
That's true.
No, bro.
That's a fact.
Now,
It's low-key a
while this isn't
fact.
necessarily true in every case, it is absolutely true here.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
in an interrogation
He cooking
room
them.
and the cops are trying
He
to
cooking
find out
them.
details of the case and accusing you of a crime instead of charging you immediately. It very likely means that they're missing the details needed.
The
to
baby
charge
verse,
you.
2
In the
meatballs.
vast majority of cases, an interrogation is only done to extract a confession when they don't have enough evidence to easily convict you otherwise. There are a few other niche scenarios, such as trying to figure out why you committed a crime, but it's often very easy to distinguish why exactly you're there based on what you know about the event and what questions they're asking. If the cops know that you're guilty and have irrefutable evidence, cooperation has a lot of merit, but if they can't prove you did what they say you did, stay silent and ask for a lawyer, especially if you're innocent.
Thank you for the tips, bro. Thank you.
My side of the story.
Hopefully I'll never need 'em.
I don't have a side of the story. I ain't done nothing to nobody.
So that's what I'm.
And before something could be done to me, I realized I was dealing with bad business, and I
Why do you say it was bad business?
What?
Why do you say it was bad
I
business?
already told y'all. You gonna wind it? You gonna wind it, bro? I already told y'all, bro. Hey, my story not gonna come out different no matter how many times I say it, bro. It's not, bro. It's right here. When you press stop and rewind and play, it's gonna hear. Come on, bro. This nigga blowing my phone up. I would say I'm including myself. But his event, he already was in deep water because he's already doing, and I see why. He's already doing bad business. You see what I'm saying? He has an event.
You see what I'm saying?
He needed me to make up for that. He needed me to cover his ass, so he brought in another person, lied to him, swindled him. He thinking he coming to book me for a whole different event, and they tricking him, got him paying me to come do a walk through the night. Come on, bro. He niggas full of shit. And in fact, check the cameras. Y'all got crime scene investigation unit out there. Check the cameras. See him meet up with somebody else in the lobby. Ask him, hey, who is that? Ask him. Follow up on what I'm telling y'all. I mean, shit. At the end of the day,
The day gotta end.
I would expect people to act on common sense anyway.
The cops have realized that they're definitely not getting anything out of him for now. He's told his side of the story and made it clear that it won't be changing, no matter what they say. So, as is the protocol here, the detectives decide to leave the room and spend some time outside trying to come up with their next move. This is also often done as it gives the suspect time alone in the room to sit and build up anxiety. In many cases, it can actually be the difference between breaking through a suspect or not. But in this case, Kirk literally just shut his eyes and went to sleep. This dude really does not care.
I mean, shoot, they gonna have me sitting in that room for a little minute. Like, what else is there to do?
However, it seems as though the detectives couldn't come up with their next step and decided that nothing was going to make this guy budge. The next time a detective returned, it was regarding the security of Kirk's belongings that had been left in his hotel room. Even though he hasn't been convicted yet, he was still the prime suspect of this investigation, so he'd be spending some time in jail while they figured out what to do and gathered all the evidence they could. So they just had to figure out what to do
Dang.
while he was locked up. But obviously, Kirk refused.
They put his
to let
jewelry
the
and
stuff
bread on the
just let
tape?
the
Yeah.
hotel deal with it. Kirk was facing a possible sentence of up to 15 years. in
15
prison,
years for that? Bro, you serious, bro?
plus a $10,000 fine, plus any charges they could slap him with for the battery. That's only if they could gather enough evidence, though. Evidence they absolutely were not getting from Kirk, or the blocked security footage that was the only evidence the crime even took place. So just after 48 hours in jail, DeBaby was released and sent on his way. Just 2 months later, all charges were dropped, and he remained a free man.
Bro, they was gonna give him 15 for that, bro. 15 for that. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't know if that's OD, but 15 is kind of crazy. Calling him a criminal before he's charged with anything is alarming. They did that? Simple, bro, is anybody talking about how 15 was crazy, bro? Wait, y'all, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? I'm out, bro.